this is not really a live reaction or anything like that, but this is just kind of like my recap on what I've actually seen. I mean, we're talking about some amazing fucking shit. Um, what this video is going to be basically about is not the quality of the video because it's been captured at a very low resolution. It's basically just to kind of talk about the content within each video and what my thoughts are for those little pieces of content. I mean, right now you got the little sizzle reel on basically the entire conference. Um, my thoughts on it before we get into it is like, Hitman looks amazing. Absolutely amazing. Spider-Man absolutely looks amazing. It's not in this particular video, so I don't have too many thoughts on it. It is not a spin-off or anything like that. It's curious to see what it's going to be exactly. I don't know if it's a direct sequel to the Spider-Man game on the PlayStation 4, but like Sony is really playing their cards right with this. They also show two SKUs, one with a one with the disk drive and one without. So it's almost like they're going to have two different, two different price points. I would imagine that they go the realm of, one 400 and one 500, but we'll see. Because some places they really just don't have the data to do so. Let's be curious. Let's start it. Here we have Gran Turismo 7. Peep the name that they called it Gran Turismo 7 and not any other type of spin-off name like Sport. This is a full-fledged Gran Turismo, and one of the things I wanted you guys to peep is like you see the clouds in the basically well, you'll see it coming up if I'm not mistaken. I haven't really looked into the trailer like that, but I think it was beforehand. But you had the clouds and shit like that. So the first thing you want to look at is this map, which is very reminiscent to Gran Turismo 4. But this one looks like Sport, which is pretty cool. So it's like a mixture between the two. Really, really detailed cars. As you can see, this is really nice. Another thing too is that you can actually tune your car. Not like upgrade it like it's a fucking RPG, but like a legitimate, tuning. And they have descriptions on what it is exactly with friendly little faces there, which is pretty cool. It's hard to kind of understand the other little pieces here, but one of the things that is indicative of what's going on is the density of the tracks. You're not going to be able to tell it in this video, but it was very reminiscent, especially if you look at it in HD, very reminiscent of Drive Club. I know for sure with the ray tracing and whatnot that they're going to have day and night cycles. You saw the clouds in the video. That was real time and whatnot. There's a lot of little real time pieces in here. So if you have day and night cycles, one, especially with the cloud formations and whatnot, one could definitely assume that they have weather changes and stuff like that. And that's all I really kind of wanted. Another thing that you'll notice within this trailer is that the sound quality is really fucking on point. It's not over the top. It's pretty subdued, but there's a lot of things going on audio-wise. Has the Gran Turismo type sound signature, but still is a massive improvement. And honestly, weather and day cycles is the only thing I really wanted. So my absolute favorite game for last generation. I was a little bit surprised that they were going to show it. It took me a couple of watches to see what exactly is going on here, and they made sure that they weren't going to show any kind of gameplay. Another thing you peep is if this is real time, which most likely it is, there's little bits of grains of sand on that beach. That's number one. Obviously she can go underwater, which is really, it looks like exploration. Like you see the green sand there, even though the video is like shit. But honestly, it looks like there's a lot more emphasis on exploration. The story, it seems, is that these little artificial plants is actually the same tendrils that's coming from this charger. It's nano machines. I don't want to spoil anything, but it's apparently these nano machines that's used to corrupt other machines is now affecting wildlife, and that's going to be an adventure to see what is going on with that one. Once again, they have like the cloud formations and stuff like that. I was a little disappointed that we didn't see the towns. Of course, they have to hold their, their cards with this one. But this, look how cool this is. I mean, she's obviously taken, cues from the machines and how it's breathing and converting the oxygen. That's how she has that. But like I said before, it's really going after the adventure themes. So, I mean, it's there's a lot of implications within the story, such as the semi-antagonist of the first game, which is Silence. But I do like the desert and how she leaves footprints. They had the footprints situation with the snow, so I'm pretty sure that's just not a texture. That's a literal deformation. Probably some sort of tessellation as well. I don't see those red things that's coming from the sky that appears to be meteors. It's not meteors. It's probably satellites from the old ones. It looks like either he's training them how to do it or he's watching them. I don't know what he's doing exactly, but either way, the amount of density that they have within the environment is really stunning. Absolutely stunning. I just cannot wait. I was going to stream this shit, you know what I'm saying? But this whole thing, but I was like, I'm gonna kind of take time to absorb it. But apparently these machines, as they had like little data points, it's really crazy. Look it up, you know what I mean? If you played it, look at the data points for Horizon 1 regarding the West. Ratchet and Clank was really, really a showstopper for me, because this is definitely showing you what Sony is capable of doing with their PlayStation 5. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't, it wasn't just talk regarding what they were going to do. They were definitely being about it. I'm sure they got a lot more to show, but they're definitely they're sandbagging their results. But then you saw the ray tracing on Ratchet or on Clank. So that's pretty fucking cool. They know exactly what they're doing, which is awesome. I don't think you don't have full-fledged ray tracing for everything. Maybe global illumination in some spots. I don't know. But the most impressive thing wasn't the global illumination. The most impressive thing was them using the hard drive advancements to just like instantly load, completely different environments. That's really fucking wicked. You know what I mean? And that's why Sony is so important when it comes to the gaming world. They're important because they advance the industry. That's exactly what this is. They are advancing the industry, and you got to give them props for it. Like, this is really fucking ridiculous. It's a lot of shit. Like, go watch the HD portion. There's a lot of shit going on here. Not only that, but like they're able to completely like load an environment. Look at that ray tracing again. But they're loading different environments, and they literally showed you different vibes, completely different environments, just to show you how the PlayStation 5 is able to load it instantaneously. Apparently the PS5 is a force to be reckoned with. Like, don't even fuck with it. Now we have Astral Playroom shit. Supposedly this is preloaded on every PlayStation 5, and it kind of is reminiscent to what do you call it, Mario Party. Like, I feel like this is going to be really, really fucking cool. It already looks like a super polished game. It's beautiful on top of it, but this kind of that little jetpack thing kind of reminds me of Mario Sunshine. But apparently you got, I mean, it's already showing you what the PlayStation 5 is doing. But this is definitely Sony's Mario, along with Sackboy and stuff like that. I mean, this looks really cool. It looks like it's a party, and they're showing haptic feedback over there too, so that's really cool. No doubt this is probably going to have some implications for VR, but we don't even know that much. But I feel like it's interesting that it's going to become preloaded on to every PlayStation 5. I wonder if Dreams is going to be like that. It's very curious on what they were going to do. But this looks like a hella fun game, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of different things you can do. Like if you didn't like any of the games they were releasing, which is kind of hard, you can play this for the time being. And you can see it's preloaded. Thank you.